There are two styles of thinking when it comes to this. There is this conservative thinking that you need to possibly not give money, but probably give them seeds or fertilizers or probably some sort of a input that really goes into agriculture. Then there is the other line of thought that, trust the farmer, give it to them and leave it to them to decide on what will they actually be spending. And we chose the latter. The reason why I say this is because, what is economy ultimately? What is economic growth? It is the role of a rupee or a role of a dollar or a role of a pound. So as long as you're empowering your citizens, as long as you're empowering your state to make investments into capital infrastructure, and that's exactly why Telangana has moved from rank 14 in per capita to rank 1 in a span of 10 years. That's exactly why Telangana, which was only producing about 68 lakh metric tons of paddy in 2014, has been able to produce 3 crore tons of paddy in 2023. Trust your people. Trust your instincts. Trust your people. And that's what we've done. It worked. If you ask me, was there no deviation from the purpose? Probably there was, to an extent. I would not be able to quantify in terms of percentage. But by and large, was it successful? I'd say it's probably the most successful thing that we've done by depositing $9 billion into 7 million farmers' accounts and have changed the landscape, have changed the future of Telangana's agriculture for good. I think that's a fantastic feat, if you ask me.
We've already heard from you what an incredible success Telangana has been, but I'd like to ask you a little bit about the origin of that success. So right after you served in several ministerial capacities in Telangana, but one was as IT minister, it was ranked by Niti Aayog as the #1 state for the ease of doing business. And that's a really incredible accomplishment for such a young state. And you mentioned the sort of history of maybe, that a new state was a part of the success, perhaps, because you had a lot of passion, a lot of purpose that was built into the very starting moment. But many people here are from other parts of India, maybe even from Bangalore. And they would like, and so for when you think about what is transferable from the experience of what were the key decisions, the one or two things that you think are really key that other Indian states should learn from when it comes to what Telangana got right about the ease of doing business?
The most interesting and most heartening thing about India is, India is not a homogeneous country. We are very, very, you lived there for a bit, you worked in India as well, you'd know it. It's a very diverse country. Everything changes in India every 200 kilometers. The language, the dialect, the culture, the cuisine. I think even probably the politics. So therefore, I think what needs to come about, or what needs to happen, really, if you ask me, is the cohesion that is supposed to bring Indian states together. The cohesive force. Where we learn from each other, where we don't have to reinvent the wheel. That is something that is, I believe, truly missing right now in India. So I would say two things. If other states have to emulate and grow and really not leapfrog but pole vault into the next league, I'd say two things. One, leadership, passionate leadership, which is bent on effecting change in the time span that's given to us. And two, of course, with all the diversity, with all the disconnect that there is between Indian states, I think Government of India playing a role of ensuring the role of a big brother, where you would actually possibly do a SWOT analysis by state and say, you're good at this, stick to this, you're good at this, please do this. And then so there's no stepping on each other's toes, then there's no bickering of sorts in between the states, but learning from each other, working in a complementary fashion. We use this word federalism very, very loosely in India. So cooperative federalism is what should be the order of the day. Nothing else, that'll take us away from that. Yeah, because stronger the states, stronger the country.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. So central coordination was not one of the answers I thought that you were going to come up with when I asked you that question.